Yo, what is up? It's been a couple weeks. Hopefully this is working properly. That would be terrific. Somebody let me know if you're in the chat. I'm going to check on my end because that's typically what I do. Sounds like I'm working. That's awesome. All right, so as you can see by the title, thumbnail, etc., we are going to be tinkering with Etch. I got to put a huge emphasis on the word tinkering, okay? I don't want any bullshit, all right? I fancy myself as a web developer, agency owner. No, I'm not a developer. No, I already fucked that up. I'm a person that has built websites, okay? Not a designer, not a developer. Advisor on the Etch board, though. And I think that there is a lot of really cool stuff happening. I think it's 3.2 right now. And the LTD cart situation just opened back up. So if you go to this link right here in the chat, mjs.link/etch, and you purchase something, I will make money. So I greatly appreciate it. Or you could just go to etchwp.com and buy it. Either way, doesn't really matter. But I want to play with it today because I had a couple ideas. Actually, I was watching Kevin Geary's stream yesterday, which you should go watch. It's over on the Etch channel. It was a live stream. I watched it after it was recorded, and it was pretty interesting because I got the first looks when it was very early on, and it's come such a far way. And I just believe in Kevin and the team because I just know the personality, and I talk to Kevin all the time. Like, he's gonna make this thing like the best it could possibly be. And it's not even at 1.0 yet. So I want to play with it a little bit because I have some ideas. Specifically, I need to familiarize myself with it for a couple different reasons that I will give you if you're watching this a little behind the scenes on. We are doing some interesting things that some interesting like other series and stuff like that we're probably going to be utilizing Etch for here. And I need to familiarize myself because I also am going to end up wanting to, use this for my agency, whether it's me or contractors building the sites for me, or I also am going to rebuild my website at some point in that, because I built my marksemanti.co site a while ago and just needs to be updated at some point, right? But I think there's a lot of cool stuff, like I said. And also I had this other idea that we may or may not get to here, because I'm just going to kind of like meander around here and kind of see what's going on. And again, I would encourage you guys to go watch Kevin's stream yesterday. But I also had this idea because there was one specific thing. Like, if I had to explain or describe like my best quality in like web development or whatever, it's like I'm dangerous enough to deal with some code and I can understand some of it, but I'm not like in the code all the time. I absolutely cannot design something beautifully. I can just tell you if it kind of like looks good and kind of, I can tell you if something doesn't look good. That's for sure. But I can't, like the blank page thing, it's just, that's not really me to make something beautiful. The part that I'm the best at and I'm exceptional at is the dynamic data and like the logic part of it. So that's what the questions I get a lot of times on the channel. That's what I try to create some content around. But like components, amazing, super loving that. The dynamic data piece, super loving that. The querying, I'm going to tell you honestly, I did not think I was going to like the querying situation. And obviously this stuff is all going to continue to change. So don't take this video as gospel. But I think the querying stuff, I watched Kevin do it yesterday, and I think there's some interesting stuff there too. So one of the things I would like to get to, or I thought of, was I use Jet Engine a lot, and there's some, like, you can definitely, I tried it yesterday, and you can pull those. You can just pull like anything else. So if you have any questions, throw them in the chat there. I would also like to potentially layer in AutoKit. If you guys have ever used AutoKit, formerly Sure Triggers, there's some interesting things maybe that we could play around with there, because I do need to familiarize myself with that platform as well a little bit more. But yeah, so that's the preamble. We can dive into it here. I'll take a look at the chat here. Josh, what's up? What's up? What's up? Constructionologist. That's a word, I think. Hey, Mark, how are you? Remember me, the Client Portal guy. What's up? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Client Portal stuff. We can talk about that too. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to ever build. I was trying to rebuild it in bricks, and now, we have Etch. So I don't know what my status is there. Toby, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Also, I think vertical, this might be the best placement. The other problem is once we get into the UI of Etch, like, I don't know where to put my face on the screen. So we'll see. Easy. What's up, brother? Yeah, heck of a title. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, I kind of get it, obviously, but it's early, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, well, I'm going to give you guys kind of the rundown here, okay? Again, mjs.link/etch. If you're not already an Etch customer, you can get an LTD right now. Why don't I just go over there right now? I think mjs.link/etch. And if you head over there, this is going to take you to the main thing. Again, it's an affiliate link, so don't use it if you don't want to. But if you want to, give me a couple bucks, I appreciate it, at no extra cost to you. But if you go to buy Etch here, I just want to explain this to you that they, as far as I understand, there is an LTD right now that you can get for the next 45 days. Now, I don't know what's going to happen right after that, but right now you can pay in full or you can get flex pay. You can see all the different stuff here. And I don't know what's going to happen after that. You may end up not being able to get an LTD. So just something to consider, right? Just take a look at the stuff. At least head over there maybe and familiarize yourself if you're at all interested in potentially purchasing Etch. That's what I would say. But enough of that there. This site is built in Etch as well, though. Kevin has, he talked about that. So that's pretty dope. Let's head back over here and let's just kind of like get an idea here. So I'm not going to give you like a full tutorial because I'm absolutely not the person to do that for you. However, I did stand up for every one of the building environments that like I have and have dealt with. I stand up like a blueprint basically. So I have one for Core, Elementor, Bricks, Grade. So like all of those are kind of like on the server, my development server, and then I have like demo ones. So this is just kind of like basically a copied out version of the blueprint for Etch that I just created last night. And I'm just going to run you through real quick, like kind of what we got here. So it's just Etch here, which I think this is the old logo. I think they need to update that. But this is a theme. And from what I understand, basically does nothing, just kind of like communicates back and forth between your, like the actual builder and then Gutenberg, because it does a lot of interesting block authoring stuff that is awesome. But I also, in my experience as building, has never been, I'll throw in a lot of like random shit here for you. Hopefully you get some value out of this. I've built a lot of websites and I've never ever, because I've always been in like Elementor or Bricks, I've never really focused on like the client editing shit. Like the only thing they edit is like via custom fields. And I've already created the template. Like they never edit the structure in any way. The cool thing about the way that Etch is progressing is that they will be able to do that, and they won't be doing it in Etch. They will be doing it in the block editing environment, right? So I say all that to say that that's one of the things that the theme kind of does, but you're not in like a customizer or anything. You're not in like anything really. I don't like, if you go into this editor here, this is the FSE land, but you don't have to be in here or do anything at all. All your stuff will like kind of sync down to this though. Back and forth when you're in Etch. So I'll pop back into there, like once we just put something on a page, just to kind of show you. But that's how I understand that to work, and that's pretty cool. All right, so then the other thing, I just want to show you the plugins. So if we go over to plugins here, then this is what I have on just my kind of like quick blueprint here. And again, long term, I don't know if you're gonna need much more than this, because Etch is built to do a lot of shit that you wouldn't need it would replace a lot of other plugins. So right now I have Etch and automatic CSS. This is just like the regular version of automatic CSS. I do not know if there's going to be any combination of that at some point in the future, but this is just like, I bought this when I was using Bricks, and it works obviously with other builders, and I just loaded that on here. So I'm not like, I already had that is what I'm saying. And then Etch, right? And now for everything that I do, every single website that I do, there's a ton of emphasis on dynamic data, right? So typically in my tenure of doing this, when I found Jet Engine back when I was using Elementor, I started just using Jet Engine heavy because I got an LTD for it and it's fabulous in so many ways. But I also have Advanced Custom Fields Pro just because in certain instances, like I've needed it, and just obviously too for some tutorial work and things like that. So my point here is whether you use either of those or MetaBox, from what I've messed with so far, there really isn't that big of a difference. But we will find out together if there's any weirdness at all, just from tinkering here. And again, it's, what are we at? 0.32. So, it's very early, but we're doing this anyway. D123, what's up? What's up? There's a dev version of ACS for Etch. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm obviously not been paying attention enough. Thank you, D123. Appreciate that. But yeah, so again, I don't know the exact plans there. Other people can fill me in, throw them in the chat. But yeah, cool. So, all right. So we have this is what I have right now. If you have any questions that you think I might be answer, or you want to see me make a fool of myself, try to do, I'm more than happy. Throw those in the chat, and I will try to play around with other stuff too, because this is very new. So what I want to do though is I kind of want to dive in and kind of just show you like what I've found out so far, or what I've like explored so far. There's nothing really going on at all. Obviously, you have your pages and stuff like that. Everything like that's still the same. But the kind of the cool thing is, and again, the big selling point is like the unified development environment, right? So you just click kind of anywhere, really. I mean, I think you click on the front end too, but like this edit with Etch is familiar, edit with bricks, edit with Elementor type thing, right? So now you're in here, like you're in. Now my face is not really covering too much, hopefully, but yeah, this is it. It's a blank page. There's nothing here. What the hell do you do? Okay. Well, there's a lot of shit on the side. Again, I'll go through some of it. Kevin went through all of it yesterday in his stream. But if you go down to like section, boom. So now we have a section in there. And again, I want to stress that like I didn't set up ACSS like heavily, but I know that I'm getting the benefit of some of that, I think, already, just in like padding and spacing and shit like that. So that's something to kind of consider. I am not going to make anything pretty today, because I never make anything pretty. I just want to kind of like play around, throw some divs in, throw some like text and stuff in like that, and really just get a feel for a little bit of the dynamic data, and specifically also the templating. And again, nothing's going to be pretty because I don't have frames. So I could go and like grab frames allegedly and like copy the HTML and CSS. Probably not going to do that, but yeah. All right, so we're in here. There's a lot of different things to explore. I think we kind of just like walk through a little bit of it, because this is the part that I'm super duper interested in, because I'm a dynamic data guy. And the fact that you can do this all from here is pretty sick. Like it is very unified. Like you're not like you're loading like an overlay or whatever, basically, but you're not like actually like going anywhere else. And it is pretty cohesive. So that's pretty exciting. I already had these sample posts in this, and you can like, change all this. Also, I will mention here that this isn't the proposed workflow right now. Like this isn't all the way done by any means. If we want to go over and play around with the ACF, we can do that, or Jet Engine or whatever. Like this is not the same. I am wondering, I don't know, I'm going to ask questions throughout this too. I am wondering, like if you come down here and you create a post type, right? So you come down and you say like, I don't know, we'll do products for now. And then product. And I don't love that. I don't love that, because I like my post type keys being plural, but that's an easy fix there. Public and hierarchical. Okay, yeah, whatever. So this isn't like done by any means. Obviously, this is like super new, and this is a work in progress, as you can see up here. But I'm wondering if like, I don't know the answer to the question. I'm wondering if this will also show, if this is moving forward in this direction, if it would also show like other post types from other things. It's not really necessary, because you would think if this could do everything that ACF or Jet Engine can do, then you wouldn't need those other things. But just something kind of interesting to note. But yeah, so this is how you would like kind of create the moving forward in the future, how you would create post types. And that was pretty straightforward. I mean, there's probably a lot of settings there that would need to be continued, but I mean, like, okay, what's a product name? Like a coffee mug, and then coffee mug, cool. And then, all right, did I have to enter that? Okay, I have to create post. Cool. That's pretty sick. All right. Don't know where that went. Don't know where it went there, but yeah. Okay. I like it. Down here, services. Oh, hang on a second. This is actually answering my question. Look at that. This is services. These are things from currently. Again, this is not, I don't want to emphasize this too much, because like this isn't how this is going to be. But just so you know, if you are playing with this right now, this services one is one that I created off stream from Jet Engine. So the answer is yes, it's already right here. And then these, I know this is from Jet Engine as well. That's just a typical thing that they, a part of their content structure and stuff like that. So that's pretty sick. Okay, again, I don't want to dwell here. I kind of want to focus on the other stuff, the stuff that if you wanted to build like a super minimum viable product, like you could build it right now. And this is kind of there, but also like you might want more dynamic data stuff. So I know that's not really there. All right, so then we got media library. It's also cool that you can kind of just see it from there. Interesting. Okay, so like if you click on this, okay, this is fully an overlay. All right, then you're going back. Okay. Templating, definitely want to play around with this a little bit. So there's the catch-all, which as I understood it, the catch-all is kind of like your fallback effectively, right? Let me just go through this for a little bit. Archive, can you see this by the way? Yeah, it's kind of tiny. Okay, archive, fallback, single fallback, search results, front page, static. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if is that one kind of supposed to be like a maintenance mode type situation? I'm wondering. Let's just play well, let's actually look at something here real quick. I kind of want to build like just like a very, very dumb site real quick. Okay, so that's like the 404. Cool. Let me go back. Okay, I'm lost my way. Let me do since main container, and then let's go add content slot. I'm wondering that's the main container. Is that a section? No, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. Let's do, like I said, I kind of just want to build like a very, very simple, just like thing, just to see if I could like lay out something that I, would want, I guess. So like 404 page not found. Cool. What is that? What did I just do there though? If I go over here, did it work? Okay. I'm not really sure what the main part is, but that's a me problem because I don't read anything. What if I delete the main? What if I delete that? Does that need to be there? Let's delete it. See what happens. Okay, I don't know if that needed to be there or not, but I deleted it and it's gone now. So there you go. But yeah, so I mean, I've made a 404 page, even though it's kind of already there. Let me go back to the templates. All right, so that's our 404. Just out of curiosity, can you rename these yet? No? Templates? No? Okay. Single posts. Okay, so it looks like archive fallbacks, single fallbacks, search results. Okay, I would like to see search results. All right, so doesn't look like you can rename. Okay, but anyway, 404. All right, the 404 is whatever. The static homepage. I do want to mess with this. I still don't know what main means. That's probably, unless that's, well, I know what slots mean now. I learned what slot meant yesterday. Slot is the actual, like, basically from page builder land, it's like the post content, from what I understand. Like, it's whatever is on the actual page or the whatever that'll fit into there. So I'm wondering here if I go like section, and then again, we'll just like do, I did text on the last one. Whoops, shoot me. I'm wondering if I go like, again, just like home fallback, whatever. Just trying to get a feel for the templating here. This is a really important part of this situation. Stop going over there. So this is still our 404. What if we go here now? Cool. Home static. So I'm wondering, how does the slot work then? Is the slot for this the actual home page? So I'm on home and I go here. Ah, okay, wait a minute. So wait. Okay, what the fuck? Get in there. Don't bricks me, dog. Don't bricks me. Just kidding. This is post content from home. Save. And back out here. No, there's too many windows. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so all right, so what I feel like I need is more information up in these title bars. Because I don't know what the hell any of these are when I'm just looking at them, other than like knowing from a post ID. So this is technically, I'm editing the template for the static front page, and I would have no idea other than obviously just like looking at this, I guess. But I normally look up here, but maybe everyone with their newfangled browsers don't. So I don't know. Then over here is my actual homepage. Again, you can kind of see it over here. This is my actual homepage. So this is post content from my homepage. Am I doing that? Let me save. Save. Also, okay. No, it works. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the home, I put home fallback, but that's like your static. I'm trying to think of a reason. I'm trying. I know I'm like doing like really silly stuff here, but I'm trying to think of like the reason that you would want the scenario in which you would utilize the home static, the static front page. I guess that's is that a just a like basically a template for that you could use anywhere for any reason, like a maintenance mode situation. What's up, brother? Seen you after a long time. Wasn't active recently. Yeah, good to see you, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Main should be your HTML wrapper for the main content on the page. Main should be your main HTML. Okay. Thank you, Derek. What's up, brother? Yeah, I don't know how that works. I know what you mean. I don't know if I'm skeptical as to in this context if that's the way that is working, but I could be wrong because I don't think there's a main on every single one of these pages. This is like a template. So I think it's main of something else. So like for instance, like, cause I dealt with this slot, I figured out the slot thing yesterday when Kevin explained it. So if we come down to templates here, for instance, and we go to, what was the example? I think, so like we didn't make a header yet. But I'm trying to think here. So like catch-all was the example. So catch-all is like your standard thing, right? So this is your index. This is the index, and this is okay. This is what's messing with me. This is set up to be very similar to blocks, or more specifically FSE. So like this is, I feel like I'm almost certain this is like the post content that like would come up in any page. So the way that I'm pretty sure that this happened yesterday was we went section. And okay, you know, spare me if I do these wrong. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be. Okay, I don't know why it's not in there, but is this supposed to be a header? Is this supposed to be a header thing? Could be wrong. Thought I could have swore I saw that yesterday. Is that not? Oh, is it a header tag rather? Did I? Could have sworn. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Not really extremely important. I mean, it's important. Trust me, but it's not really important for this example right now. But like this is supposed to be like your header, right? So then you would have, you know, I don't know, a div or whatever, and then this you would end up turning this into a component, and then you would end up turning the footer into a component as well when you would do this, and then this is the FSE compatible way of doing headers and footers. Best way I could describe that, right? So I don't know if that header is supposed to be like that or not, but like we have a div. Okay, and then I haven't even opened the styling panel yet because I haven't added any selectors to anything yet. So that's great. What are we doing here? So this would be like our section, and then our container would be, I don't know, just like header. Well, I mean, I guess maybe we could do two of these just for funsies. Duplicate that, and then what is this command? What is it? Control? Yeah, it's Control Enter to do that on Windows, and then it's like, I don't know, like nav wrapper or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, nav wrapper, I guess. I mean, it depends on how you want to structure your damn thing. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here as far as that goes. So I just want to drop in like an image or something, like an image, pop it into here, and then kind of give a concept of, where's my little sunflower? There we go. Sunflower's gonna be huge. And then, so I don't know, effectively effectively you would turn this into a component. Obviously it looks like shit, but you would turn that into a component, and then down here you would also have another thing like, so you come down here and you go select or section, and then you would have this be your actual footer, and then you would just do, you know, whatever you want kind of in your footer. So like, I don't know, some text or something. Footer. 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 Whatever. So yeah, but this is the part that I'm really interested in, is like once, you know, we set this up however you want or whatever. So you come in here and you go like create a component, and then you come up here and create a component even though it looks like shit. And this would be like your footer, and then you could use this elsewhere. Because like when I made that video, it's funny, I just got a couple comments on the bricks components video. Like I haven't even touched those in a while, but there's like just so much stuff that you could do like once you do this, because then it basically makes your entire website modular, because you could just do so much stuff. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know. I'm like in this mode where like I kind of want to think about all of the different pieces of a website, so to speak, and then like think about like, because like obviously there's a lot out there, but like I'm trying to think about like all like the different things, right? So like header, footer, cards, pretty much everything there should be always a component. I mean, you know, buttons to a degree, any sort of, I mean, a lot of sections even can be like actual components, because you're just changing things in and out, you know, with different, almost different conditioning or different like querying. So yeah. Totally Renz, what's up? What's up? D123 said leave main content there and add sections for header and footer. Yeah. Header section, main content, footer. So yeah. Appreciate it. Kaif, what's up? What's up? Doing good. Doing good. We're just playing around with some etch stuff right now. But yeah, not making it look pretty because I'm not a designer guy. But yeah. So yeah, so like yeah, I mean you would effectively go get rid of that. Let me get out of this. Save. And then, okay, exit then too, okay. And then down here, again, like a header, which I probably should like try to do this, like section, and then, so let me see, like, let me go header, and then, I don't know, like really what I don't know how I want to structure this, just basically two divs. Is this a regular div, or is this a flex div? Let me see here. Whoops. Let me do, what if I do two of these and then go in the header, I go, let me get rid of this. Let me actually throw this in here, and then let me go and get rid of this stupid thing, get rid of this stupid thing. So we have flex div, image, flex div, and then I don't really know what I want to put in there. I mean, maybe another div, possibly, because it would be like, I'm trying to think of the structure. It'd be like a image, like two divs, and then I honestly don't really remember how to do a menu yet. I think it's, are we just looping text at this point? But let's just do like a link or something, because it doesn't matter. And then, so this is header. This is like, I don't know, logo type. Thank you. Get out of there. This would be like logo wrapper, maybe. You don't come here for the CSS tutorials. Just want to remind everyone that question. That is not what I'm doing here. We're not doing that. Logo wrapper, logo, and then I'll just say like, I don't know, like nav wrapper over here or something. And then I'll just say like, I don't know, this is, yeah, button or link or something. I don't know, button's cool. Okay, there we go, whatever. All right, so I just want to see like kind of what happens there again. So this is, I want this to be in here. Come on, get in there. There we go. Let me see what happens when I click this. When I go here and I say BEM classes. So I think, everything is I think. I think what happened there was that I named all these, like I set up kind of like a structure that I want, and then I named all of them like in the thing here, right? In the, like you can name these however you want, you can, you know, do whatever you want here. But then I did BEM classes, so like it actually gave me the selectors. Because again, if you don't have anything, this is not a great example, but like there's no IDs, there's no classes when you just add in like text or whatever. Like there's no way to style something like inherently. You have to put a class or put an ID on something. So when you do the BEM class, naming, when you run the BEM thing, then it just takes, whatever. So like you can see here. So like header right here, right there. And then logo wrapper. So it has the BEM class over here. You zoom in a little bit. And then over here, header logo, header nav wrapper, header link. Okay. So my point is I didn't have access to the CSS or these toggles before that. So it's kind of like we're on an island, just, confused, because you will be confused if you're used to seeing that. So yeah. So if we have header there, cool. And then what if we go like grid? I can never remember the syntax for this shit. Somebody remind me the syntax on the grid columns. Is it 2-2? How do I do that? I'm so used to right clicking and getting ACSS. So until I have that, I'm not going to know what the fuck to do there. But once we do that, then we have grids, and we'll have a grid, like a 2x2 grid. And then you just have your header, which actually I'm going to make this a component now because yeah, it doesn't really matter. So here's the thing, my thought on components. Components are extremely useful and way easier to understand when they're like something that changes, some like data that you want things to change about it. That's not just dynamic data, but also structurally. So for instance, like a card is a really good example, obviously. But I understand why people don't understand components because they're hard to kind of like wrap your mind around because you're now modifying multiple different parts of something rather than just like the dynamic data or just the styling or et cetera. It's much more about like the actual, HTML, which if we find a good example of a card, I can try and you guys can laugh at me. So yeah. Hello, Kevin. You might not want to watch this. Max, what's up, brother? Appreciate you. Charlie Renz, how are you? How am I liking Etch so far? I've had it a few hours. Feels good. Yeah, I mean, I'm not... I need the right clicks. You know what I mean? I'm a dynamic data guy, but, I can't... Look, I need this, right? I just said it. Like, somebody come in here. We go back to... where am I editing my component at? How do I edit this again? Right-clicking? There we go. Alt Control K. Okay. Like I just need, you know what I mean? I just need some right clicks here. I don't know what the fuck to put there. I don't remember. I gotta watch Page Building 101 again. But yeah, if I had the right clicks, I'd be speedy. But I know it's coming. So, but I'm enjoying this. Obviously, seriously. Like, I'm really gonna love this when I'm rebuilding my own stuff, and then also like for clients and whatever, because I don't know, I'm appreciating the whole component piece, and we haven't even gotten to the dynamic data, which I double checked, as I said earlier, and Jet Engine is working nicely. And we're going to have them natively here at some point too. Fractions. Right clicks coming soon. Fuck yeah. I'm more of a clicker. You know me. Way more of a clicker. All right, somebody tell me how to do that. Pop quiz that I don't know the answer to. Somebody tell me if I'm in the header here, and I go right here, and then I go to, and this is interesting. So I have my header, I could move this around, I guess. I have my header component, and then I have this displayed to grid, and this is a super simple question. What is it? It's like 1FR or some shit that I don't remember. Hey, look at that. Wow, sick. Okay, cool. All right, again, this isn't supposed to be pretty, but yeah. So just something like that. That's obviously not ideal, but so effectively though, you'd have your header, you can CSS it up and shit like that. And then you have your actual, your header and then this thing. I didn't rename this. Can you rename these yet? If I say save, exit, come down here, edit this. Can I say like footer? And then that's my, also, is there, okay, I don't know what happened there. Is there a footer, or not a footer. Is there a I think I know the answer to this question. There isn't a component like library, or is there? I don't think there is, but I could be wrong. Very well could be wrong. And I got a lot of tabs open. Playing with the home fallback. Let's get out of that. Go down here, exit this. All right, without this looking good, let me try to continue to explain this to anybody that might be here now or later that is just trying to get some other thoughts on this. So what I was just editing was, and I'm also explaining this just for myself too, because, you know, that's what I do. I'm trying to think about something actually now. So I created this front page static one, and that's what this is pulling from. What if we go to, we got to try something else now. What if we go to pages and then we go to about? That is what I expected. Okay, so this is a very shitty looking header and footer with content in the middle that you can't see. So if I went to edit with Etch and I said in here and I was like section and, you know, like whatever about, actually, I don't know, let's try something. Let's try something crazy. Let's try something crazy. How the fuck do I do this? Is it, I don't know the syntax. Is it, because I need a right click or something here. Is it this? I don't think that's it. With little brackets, little squigglies. I'm sure that's not it. All I wanted to do is dynamically put the page title in there. That's all I wanted to do. That wasn't it. Is it title? It might be title. Hey-o, let's go, baby. Fuck yeah. We're buzzing. We are fucking buzzing. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's go into the chat. Go into the chat. Yeah, I get that, but it's a good time to refresh your memory. Yeah, the plus button on the bottom. Sweet. Yes, you can rename them. Yes, there's temporary library. Plus sign down in the elements bar. Nice. Click components bar. Name them, then auto-bem them, and your initial clashes will be created for you. Yeah, I think we did that one. You don't want a front page template. That's WP's worst idea concept ever. Delete that. Okay, well, the reason I had that. So the reason I had that was I was going through templating earlier, and that is in here. Like if you delete this, then that was an option here. So I was kind of going through all of them. I mean, I was literally trying to figure out why that was there, and I was thinking like, well, maybe. I mean, see, like I'm trying to think where. Okay, so I guess so page I guess is probably what you would want to use if you wanted to. I was trying to think like why that was there, and I was thinking like maybe like again they said maintenance mode yesterday, but I was thinking like what could you use that for? And yeah, I mean I guess obviously that doesn't make any sense, because you would want your catch-all to be your header and your footer mostly, and then every page would just sit in the middle. You would want your 404. We talked about that. That's obviously easy. Archive fallback. I'm trying to think of examples for all these. So like archive fallback and single fallback. I mean, your catch-all is going to catch those, but if you wanted a specific one, I guess you could, for either of those instances, you could do the fallback there. And then search results. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, I see what's going on now. This is the part that, like, if you're not used to, if you've never worked in core at all, you're gonna need to, it's not hard, but you're gonna need to figure this out, right? Because this is different. People are used to creating headers and creating footers and then conditionally setting them across the thing. But like, so for instance, all right, so I would normally want to create a header and a footer and then set it to the entire website, just like as a super basic thing. But I can't do that anymore. That's why I need to go to catch-all. I need to create an ugly-ass header and a footer, and then I need to componentize them, and then I need to go over to wherever the fuck I was. Why am I going somewhere else? It's all here, right? It's all, there's no magic areas. And then you need to go to, like, for instance, your post, which is probably kind of a bad idea. Let's do like services. So like your services single, and then edit this. Wait a minute, what? Oh shit, wait a minute. Did that automatically happen? Interesting. Is that programmatically happen like that? That was kind of cool. Okay, I didn't realize that was going to do that. Does that happen with every time you create a new one then? It just automatically pulls in the keep fucking going to different tabs. Is that just automatically happen then if you set this catch-all and then you create another one. So let me edit this one. See, I bet you, is that what it is? So okay, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it. We're going rogue. I'm gonna delete this and then I'm gonna add one. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. And I think I don't know if I had that template already, or maybe that comes directly from, that might have came directly from a different one that I had. I don't know. If you have WordPress, I think you might already have that template, so to speak. So, but yeah, anyway, I guess that's what's happening there. Somebody can correct me. You go into catch-all, you do that, and then every single time it's like it programmatically adds those. Now, obviously, you can delete them. Obviously, you can delete those right out of there. But that's kind of cool. And that's if Etch is doing that in the back end, that's probably good for a lot of people that are used to page builders rather than core, just because like it'll save a step, but then you could still have the control to do it. So that's fun. Nice. So like even, I guess really though, I don't really want to delete all this stuff, but I will. Let's delete all that. I wonder what's going to happen up here. Because I think, maybe not. Maybe I didn't have it open. I'm wondering like, okay, now you have your catch-all. And then you come back to, this is really, I feel like if I'm understanding correctly, this is really where you want to start, right here. You want to set this shit up, not like this. You want to set it up exactly how you want with a nice little header and a nice little footer. And then that's your catch-all for everything. And then the reason I'm putting the emphasis on that is because I keep wanting to go to a different tab. And then you go to any of them because you're going to have to make more templates. You're going to have to make like a 404 page like we just did. And then it's already there. Okay. I think somebody tell me if that's actually for sure. That's sense. Kevin, I don't fucking read, bro. There's docs, bro. I don't read. Let's see what we got here. Fully agree there. It's their legacy shit. Is there a way to hide that then? God damn it. Stop going to a different tab. Is there a way to hide this? Like, is there any reason that I should ever click this? Ever? Would be my question. Let's see here. Put your header. Yeah, I got it. Front page should be a home page and is just a page that you build with Etch, no template required. Front page should be your home page. I never use archive single fallbacks. Okay, so they're just in there because it's just inheriting it? Yeah, okay. You should just ignore them. Okay. Got to put like a big red thing on there. Just ignore that. Brendan, my boy, what's up, dog? Automatically put your header and footer in the main view. Nice, love that. Build a component, then you can save it. Just what is it saying? You can save it's there, and you can just edit the component as needed later with it being replicated. Yeah, I mean, I understand how components work. Man, all the effort they put into these docs. Yeah, this is you're gonna have a lot of people that don't read them. So I'll be the guinea pig for that. We should have hide it and make it some setting you have to turn on to see them. It'll confuse newcomers. Yeah, I mean that's. I'm the guy. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that just fucks around and just gives you the worst, like the weird noob feedback. I will be that guy. I am 100% down to be that guy. I love that though. Okay, so I'm always gonna know that, and every time I talk about Etch now, I'm gonna realize, like, honest to God, like I feel like this is. The problem is, I think when you start up a new instance, when you spin up a new instance of WordPress, does it already have a couple of those things in there? Because I feel like it might have already, because what are you going to load? Like 2025 first, right? So it's probably going to have a couple of those posts, a couple of those templates already in there. And obviously this is synced with it, so that's where it's populating from. Because if we go down, right? If we go down over here now, big selling point is we go to editor and we go to templates. Is that, let me refresh this. Maybe I didn't save shit. Okay, wait a second. Do you have to delete these and then click save down here under my face? No, it already did that. I feel like it already did that. I don't know. Weird. Refresh. Template. Okay, that's strange. Maybe those have to, do those have to be there? Maybe they have to be there. WP puts a bunch of bullshit in there you don't want to need. Templates are determined by the theme. Yeah, I mean, we're using Etch theme here, which is allegedly just a conduit. So, but anyway, I don't know what's happening here, but that's not really a big deal. But like, I'm deleting these ones, and I guess like, I don't know if you need a 404 page, right? Oh, you're not allowed to delete them. WP doesn't allow it. I need another red flag then for that. Okay, but I guess you could obviously, well, all right. Let me go back. I could have sworn, did I not delete this and try that? I know I tried it with this one. Oh, I tried it with that. I didn't try with this. Blog posts archive, homepage blog post archive. Oh, is this like the static? This is like the front page, but for blog posts. Right. Okay. All right. Well, then just a little tip there. I don't know. Like if you God, stop going to a different tab. Fuck. If you delete this and then you save this, obviously like it just repopulates back, doesn't actually delete or whatever. But if you ended up wanting to use that, you could just click back on here and it'll repopulate your header and your footer, which is nice. Cool. Spending a lot of time on templating because I don't know how to style shit. So that's kind of where we're at. I do want to try some like random dynamic data stuff though. If anybody has any ideas, tell me. Oh, fuck. Okay. This guy's screaming at me in the comments. Who is this asshole? Have you tried to pull jet engine content in here? That's what I'm looking for. All right. Some random guy in the comments wants to see the jet engine content. All right, fuck it. All right. I like to appease the crowd. Okay, so let's try like I don't know, just like test. Or let's try like car wash, and then publish, and I don't know, like some random stuff in here. This is an overview. If I could spell. All right. So let's try to do this. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so we have test and car wash as our services. So I tried this yesterday and it kind of worked. We'll see if it works today, if I can do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Okay, so if I was actually going to do this, you know, maybe you'd want to go to not this. Wait a minute. I still need to navigate the UI a little bit better, obviously. If you go to fun thing, if you go to Content Hub and you go to Pages, can you go to the home page? Am I losing my mind? Or am I losing my mind on this? What's the best way to get to, I'm in a template right now, but can I get to the home page from in here? Is there like a weird, crazy hotkey that I don't know about? I don't know. Let's just do it like this for now, but we'll do it. We'll figure that out later. I'm sure there is. And okay, so now we're in like the home page, right? All right, this isn't going to look pretty, but we're going to try it. So let's see if we can just pull in some content. Should be pretty silly, stupid easy, right? So we'd have a section, we'd have like a container, and then I guess we'd want to, I'd love to wrap this in a flex div maybe, I feel like. Maybe, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Still getting used to her, you know. I'm going to put in a flex div because I don't know if it's supposed to be a div or not, but I feel like a flex div is what I'd kind of want. So we're just going to do this really simple, and this isn't going to look good, but this is going to prove the concept here. So section, container, flex div, and then text. And then this text would be not this shit. It would be something like this, which I would love to be able to just type in. I think this would be item dot title, I think, but I could change item if I'm remembering correctly. I know there's this whole crazy bullshit about converting to a list that I'm not well enough aware of. And I think it would be here. So like you're going to want to, I'm not doing this really the right way because I wasn't like planning on making like a whole card. Let me just make like let me do this actually. Let me do, where's the header? Let me do a heading. Probably would be a H3, whatever. And so my card thing would be, it's not going to have wrappers. It's not going to have any crazy shit. It would just be like, this is my card right here. So then I would just have a heading and text. We don't need to get fucking fancy here. I'm not the fancy guy with this. So then this would be, I don't know if I'm doing this the right way either. Don't swear at me. Okay. I'm working through this. And then this would be, I think that I'm going to set this as stuff now, but we're obviously going to have to change it all. But like this is our card effectively. It's within a container. I would grid it out or do whatever. This is our card. We would want this to be, I'm going to call it like a, I mean, it probably could have kept it as heading, I guess, right? Why not? Oh, I couldn't undo. Hang on. I'll keep it as heading, whatever. And then I'll take this and I'll say overview, whatever. All right, so our card. Now, we would want to go like this and create this as a component. I'm pretty sure. This whole list bullshit always messes with me because I'm not sure if that's supposed to be the list or not, but we're just going to overlook that for a second because I just care about getting the content in here for a second. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so this is our card, and then we have a div. Okay, yeah, okay. Now, I probably should have put the classes on that, but we're not styling shit, so I don't really care right now. I just want to see if I can get this data in here again because I know I did it last night. So we have a card here, and we didn't really even need to probably make it a component, but I do love components. And then loop. So we're going to loop this card. So I just wrapped it in a loop. Love that. And then it's down here. We already have our, fuck, my face is in the way. Pause. Let me go to the left. There we go. Okay. Whoop. All right. When do I get to make the bang? I want to make the bang on stream. That'd be sick. Hang on a second. All right. So I think this is really easy, actually. I didn't do it here. I did it in the actual thing. So I feel like this is recent posts. I actually don't know if I edit this, if it's going to change that query, which is slightly concerning because I don't want to, I mean, I wouldn't want to like just change my query unnecessarily, but you know, we'll see how that works. All right. So I said services. Cool. There was something last night that I did that I didn't do properly. And I'm trying to remember what that was. Like I did like this and then, oops, let me get out of this shit. Where are we at here? I want to go to the chat real quick. Maybe I had a good idea for a video on the Etch channel to explain the template stuff. Yeah, I would say so. That saves Mark some time on reading the docs. Yeah, for sure, because I'm not going to read shit. You know that. While the vid would be useful, it would still be useful to have flags in the UI. Yeah, I would say so. Yes, you can navigate arrow on right. I can't remember what that was about. Arrow on right. Page building 101. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, dude. Meta.overview. Yeah, was it meta? Maybe it was meta. This guy in the comments knows a lot. Boop, 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 boop. 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 It wouldn't be title. I thought for sure I actually... Am I querying wrong? Do I have to... This is so fun. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah. So services, lovely. So this is sick. So, well, obviously, like, I was like this last night, and I was like doing some other shit. What did I do? I'm trying to just remember. Like, I tried this last night, and I didn't get something over here, and then I had to change it. Oh, you know what I did? I didn't have any content in the fucking thing. It would be cool. It would be cool. Like, this is obviously not entirely necessary, but like, it would be cool if it recognized. Is there an example right now? I guess this would probably be an example. So like products, because there is a products post type that I made, but I have one in there. It's a bad example. If there's nothing in there, if the thing exists but there's nothing in there, it just says nothing instead of saying you're an asshole, put some content in the post type. So that was kind of messing with me last night, but that's neither here nor there. So this is, if this is a jet engine custom post type here. So this should work. And I remember, what was the meta? Was it meta? Was it literally just meta? Also, if I press save now, I'm overwriting this query, right? Yeah. Yeah, so like that overwrote that query, which is fine. But I would have definitely just started writing in there. So, okay. No. For title, just item.title. Yeah. Let me go in here. I'd love to double click into that. Oops. Okay. So anyway, heading. Is that right? Yeah. What do we got here? Just ignore the list for now. Lovely. I love that. I'm surprised it didn't piss on itself when you wrap the component in a loop from inside the component editor. I didn't put it in there though, did I? It's outside. That's kind of cool. Jet engine call, whatever it is. I love that you can see the data you can query. Yeah, it's pretty sick. 100%. Okay, what the fuck am I doing here? Okay, so it's item. Where's this shit at? Am I supposed to see this in the loop? I mean, I literally did it last night. It works. I'm just an idiot, so. Might get out of this. Back over here. Recent posts as item. Well, recent posts doesn't matter, right? It's just the name of the thing. Item, title, item, meta overview. Where did I do this yesterday, actually? Did I do it in here? Because I could just go look for it. I don't know if I did it in here, though. Did I do it in here? Is this the same page I was just editing? I could have sworn I did this somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Glad it didn't break. Reinhardt's the man. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's continue to figure this out. All right, so we're obviously getting some data here. Item.title, it is item, right? If I were to change this, I would need to change that, right? So let's just, for funsies, as service. So that would mean if I change that there, then that means that I need to go into here and I need to change this to, say, service, right? Hopefully. I don't know. Maybe. Service. Oops. And then service. Oh, wait a minute. No, it was, I'm almost certain it was meta, right? Because if we go, fuck me. If we go loop manager and we go services, and then, can you do this? Service. Oh, you can search like that. Would be cool to have a search bar, but that's cool. Overview. Okay. Am I an idiot? Why is there no overview in this? Well, I don't know why the title's not working either, but is there no what the fuck? Oh. Did I? I know the title worked. Wait, it says right here. What the fuck? Okay, it's not searching that properly for some reason. I mean, it's literally right there. So. Oh, I need to bang it. Fuck. Oh, okay, my bad. Hang on. I'm gonna be clicking on tabs for the rest of my life. Fuck. Let's try something else. Let's try something else here. Hang on a second. Let me get out of this shit. I wanted to wait a second. Check the front end. I never made props, dude. All right, yeah, we'll bang it. Hang on a second. All right. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever create a component without making props, obviously. But don't start there, maybe. That's probably a better idea. Or if you do, know what you're doing. All right, we got to bang it. This is gonna be sick. All right, fuck yeah. All right, so also I like how you can click multiple. I just don't have the workflow down there. All right, so here we go. So it's like a card. So like I don't know. Heading is fine. I don't give a shit. Heading and then overview. So heading, bang. Oh man, sick. That's sick. Bang. That's fun. It does help for sure. 100%. All right, so props.heading, props.overview. And I still have title there. Okay, save, exit. Holy shit. Look at that. All right, that's pretty sick. Just got to figure out how to make it look good. Probably broke your guys' eardrums on that bang. Sorry about that. Hope none of you were wearing headphones. Rip. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so it works. Now, so here's an interesting thing. I want to talk about this now that we've successfully managed to fuck that up. Although I do love components, but I could have sworn that you didn't have to make props. But I guess you do have to make props because I could have sworn that you could have set that directly still over there without doing... I know it doesn't make any sense to have a component without props per se, but I thought that what I was putting in over there would have still by default controlled those elements. Maybe that's a me problem, not understanding it, but I could have sworn that would have still worked. Not been ideal with the component thing. I was going to do the props second, but maybe I thought about that incorrectly. Anywho, that's good. All right, so what did we learn there? We learned that this thing is actually pretty sick. I do not know if everyone is gonna like love this, but I assume that this is gonna continue to get better. This is sick though. Like I cannot tell you how many fucking times I've been guessing at like, what is the thing called? What's the value key? What is it called? Is it even in here? And also one other random thing that I wanted to say is that this website does not have rank math on it, and it obviously doesn't have bricks on it. And I can only assume this is because I must have had this install on my server and then took shit off of it a long time ago because I've reused them, but I normally try to clean them. Or I guess like my point is that I really dislike anything that leaves remnants on your shit. And I have to assume that that's what's happened here because this install, like in my knowledge, never had those on it because it's a blueprint of Etch. It's not like I just ripped them off, but apparently it was like a long time ago and it just stays in your database forever. And speaking of that, like, hopefully all you guys harass Kevin because I harassed him last night about this, is that this right here, this delete metadata thing right here that Jet Engine has and ACF doesn't, absolutely has to be in the native side of CPTs with Etch because that's the exact same concept. It's like, when I delete this shit, when I delete this overview, take it the fuck out of my database. I don't want it in there. Why would I ever want that in there? So when I come back in 6 months and I'm like, oh, I want an overview again, I put it in there as a bunch of fucking data in there. Shut the fuck up. No, I don't want that. So yeah, anyway, rant over on that. Anywho, yeah. So let's dive back in. I'm ready. Let's go. I wanted to go back into the props thing here for a second. All right, so we set those props. We set the heading. We set the overview. We have like these as our default now. See, okay. All right, so those are our default. That makes sense. And then if we wanted to override them for no reason, which we wouldn't really want to override them in this context, then we could come into heading and we could say, okay, so you're setting them as default over here. Yeah, obviously. And then here is where you're banging them. Bang, right? So if I get rid of this, though, and I just put in some random stuff, it's just back to the way it was. Okay. Makes sense. I kind of do want to do one other real quick thing, though. I also do have another thought with the loop shit, but I kind of want to go and like, maybe just duplicate this and then delete this card real quick. Well, I mean, all right, maybe I try to do the cool way, right? Let's try to do the cool kid way. If I come in here and I go, what I want to do is I wanted to just set this up again with no cards, or I'm sorry, with no components, just so I could kind of like see I think that every single component or every single card I would ever make would be a component. I think that's probably the way to do it, but I don't. But like in the case that I just had there, it was I kind of confused myself. So like you can't pull this out of here, right? So the way to do this right now, somebody's saying like if you get rid of a card, like the way to do this right now is if you just go like this, right? So you copy your card effectively, and then you get out of this, and then you go okay, maybe. Did I put that in the right spot? Maybe. Yes. Looks like I did. Cool. All right. So I effectively stripped my card out of a component, effectively, is what I did there. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Potentially. Looks like it. I don't know. But anyway, so like then now this is like container up here that I was messing around with the components, which I probably shouldn't have started there. And then now I have like a loop of just cards that are not actual props. So hypothetically, if I come in here and I say item dot title, this still might not work because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then down here, is it item.meta.overview? Or it's service. It's service. Dot meta. Yeah. There we go. Oh, that's sick. Okay, so that's what I should have done in the first spot. Apparently, you can't do it like that when you make that a component. Live and learn. Cool. So anyway, I actually feel kind of accomplished slightly here, even though it looks like shit, that this is two different ways to do this. I probably won't ever really do it the second way too much anymore. Like the only way you would ever really do it this way is if you're never, ever going to use that card again. But I'm really trying to like create websites or be a part of websites that are doing stuff like the same all the time, because I don't like this guessing bullshit. And I think if you were going to use a component, then you would just be like you'd be way more obviously consistent all over the place. Like I feel like I've never built a website like this, but I feel like if you get your framework down and then you like create like a couple card variations, like you are effectively, and maybe a couple sections, you are effectively done with the website almost before you even start it, because you'd have that, and then you could just place different things. And if you're doing components as you go about it, like you could be like, all right, let me turn this on, turn this off, or add certain conditioning to take stuff out or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, this one is without components, and this one is with component. Fun. Awesome. So yeah, so that works the same way effectively, but I would probably almost always just have like a standardized card component and then drop it in there. Lovely. Lovely. All right, let's see what we got here. Components need loop data passed into them via prop. Okay, I gotcha. It's not programmatically safe to reference dynamic data from a loop outside a component without props because it makes an assumption about where the component lives that you can't guarantee. I'm gonna act like I know exactly what you're talking about, but I believe you. You can make the heading and footer into components without props. Yeah. I mean, I did. Yeah. But I think we're talking about two slightly different things. It's like a component without props is obviously doable, but like that doesn't have dynamic data in it, so to speak. Like it doesn't have, I mean, it could, but I'm saying like in this case, I was trying to create a component and put it in a loop, and then there was like some weirdness just in the way that I was setting that up. I don't know. Is there a solution, quote unquote, to that? Is it like, I mean, just a you know, for a stupid person like me, is it like edit component and then come into like when you're in a component? There's not really one because you can't put anything here. You have to be able to do that. So it's like, this will probably be a non-issue when you could just like tap, you know, right click and put shit in here. But like the point is like the only things that I'm understanding you can put in here is props dot heading, which is this, the bang, which is nice. Bang, right? Or something else, which you wouldn't really do that. You'd very rarely ever do that like this in this case, because you wouldn't, not everything, you'd want it, it's a loop, so you wouldn't want it to be whatever. I mean, maybe if you had like just 3 cards like randomly and they weren't looped, then obviously you could do one by one, you could do each one. But this is a convoluted example because like we're in a loop, so you really don't want to, you want to do like, this is the right way to do it, obviously. Props, dynamic data, extremely, you know, like maintainable and everything. I'm just trying to think the other option, because again, the only other option that you could put here is like service dot title, but that isn't going to render, because it would render if you go like this, obviously. Well, no, it wouldn't render if you go like this because you need the props thing in there. But like, even though that's the same thing, it's not going to render because of, I guess, what Kevin said about like you're not supposed to pass that shit in like that unless it's a prop. Like you need the prop, and then if you want to pass in the dynamic data, it's got to go through the prop. That's what I'm gathering anyway. I don't know. Yes, the delete button, the delete data button would be great. Yeah, somewhere in there, I think. Yeah. I'm glad this feels familiar to me already because it's basically the same as in React. Yeah, I've never reacted. So, well, I've reacted, but I've never reacted, you know? So yeah, that's awesome to hear though. All right. So cool. All right. Lovely. So, is there any other little things we could try here? Components, great. With components, without components. We know that jet engine data works. Thank God, because I got a big project to do with this that we've already started. With jet engine stuff on. I wanted, this is the thing that from yesterday's stream with Kevin that I was thinking about. So there are a couple things here that I think at least as a, you know, I would say intermediate, you know, you guys can assume differently, but like as an intermediate page builder user, that you're going to have to relearn like a little bit. Again, the templating was one. The second one is the querying. So if we go to the loop here and we look at this, this is different. Like this is for sure different right now. And I don't know if there's going to be a UI necessarily or whatever, but like, even if there isn't, like it works, obviously it's great. Like you can see everything. It's a little more manual, but it's fine. The things that are different though, is you're literally writing your own query. Like, you know, you have to potentially change this to this whole count thing that I could try, but I don't remember. Like you kind of like put a little variable in there. But there was an example yesterday where Kevin was looping, and it was the thing where it was true and false. If you didn't watch it, I'm sure all of you watched it, but if you didn't watch it, go watch it. And he was looping, and it was true and false. And instead of going in here and doing like, you know, whatever it would be, right? Like you could do it in here, couldn't you? You could go like meta or whatever. I don't know how you would necessarily do it, but like you could go, I don't know, especially in Jet Engine, I don't know what the prefix was. I could try it, but like basically, let me just, I'm going to redo it. I'm going to redo it in Jet Engine because, you know, why not? We need the coverage, you know, we need the coverage. All right. So this is what happened. So we had services, we had new item, and then it was like, it was you can't see this drop down. It was a true false over there, which is really a boolean, which over here is actually called a switcher. That's funny. And yeah, so I don't know. What was it? It was like show header or something. No, it was featured. This one was featured, right? So it's like, is it featured? Yes or no, or like on or off or whatever the fuck. So let's see what we can do here. Let's just play around. So we're going to have services, right? And we're going to come over to services, and we're going to say test and car wash, and featured on. So car wash is on. The other one's off. Okay. Well, actually, I really don't know if I have to save it for it to be off. So I will save it so I know that it's off. Okay. So it's off, save. Also put some like cool overview here. All right. So now we have these two posts, these two services. One of them is on, one of them's off. I don't know what has to happen here. I think I'm certainly would have to refresh. I don't know to pull that stuff in. Be cool if it hot reloaded, but I doubt it does that. There's a lot going on there, right? So the next question is, I'm actually gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen when I do this. Okay, I'll do it like this. So this would be let's say like we're trying to create a new query, and we want to create a query of like I know where this is going. So like what happened yesterday was like basically all services. Okay, what the fuck just happened? Okay, loop name. What can I not? Okay, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. All services is what I'm gonna say here. So like we're looping all services. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Did I spelt it wrong too. I think this is supposed to be like all services like this. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I hope I didn't mess it up. But anyway, so here's the concept. Yesterday it was like looping. It was the query actually got all the services, but then via a condition, Jesus Christ, I'm all over the place. But then via a condition, we were like, no, we're not gonna show certain ones or whatever, right? So I'm gonna duplicate this one. No, I didn't mean to duplicate that. Let me duplicate this and then bring it down here. This is our next example. Did I just put that in there? How do I get that out there? Is it out there? No. Come on. All right, that'll work. All right, so this is one we're doing. So we're looping, and I want to change the loop to, I'm going to change it to all services. Cool. And that's a post, so I need to go and save this. And I know I guess I could just change it right here, so I'll just play with it right here. So services, right? So effectively similar thing that we had before. So meta query, okay, this is great. So meta query. So here's my thing is like I understand, but I'm not sure of like what the the proposed workflow is going to be here. Because I think the idea is to have as little saved queries as possible. I think. In a typical environment, you don't save any. Like really, I mean, like unless you had like I guess AT at one point. Like I know in Elementor Day, every single time you did a query, you would have to do it. In Jet Engine, you do have a query builder, which is crazy good. So like this was like saved query. So that was like my first instance of that. I know in AT, I think you had a query manager too. But in here, you have this query manager. So I'm wondering like, you have options. You could do a query, and you could have one query that's like all featured services, and then another one that's all non-featured services. Like if you needed both. Or you could just do one query that's all services, and then you could go like what Kevin did yesterday, and you wrap this loop. Do you wrap the loop or do you wrap the card? I think you wrap the card. And you wrap the card in a condition where I have no fucking idea the syntax on this. It's like something, it's where, is it, don't tell me. Yeah, tell me. Is it service dot meta dot, what the hell did I just name this thing? Featured, if I could fucking spell, featured equals, I don't know what it comes out as though. Even if this is right, I don't know what it comes out as. That might be close, but I don't even know. I don't even know what this actually renders as. I'm gonna have to look. Get rid of all this. Get rid of all this. Loop manager. Update to 3.3. Hot off the press. Jesus Christ. Is it automatically updated or do I have to go get it? Also, I don't know when I have to refresh and when I don't have to refresh. Where the fuck did that go? I'm bopping around. So, I guess, let me see, meta. Ah, right here, featured false. Okay, perfect. All right, so, dude, stop going to different tabs. I'm gonna need to force myself to just have one tab open, so I just don't click anywhere else. Okay, so so if we wanted to show, oh fuck, look at that, equals true. Is that right? Is everything spelled right there? Service.meta. Is it the whole thing? equals true. Let me see here. I don't even know what the new stuff is, but I'll update. Yeah. Are you talking about the condition? Yeah. The drag and drop is getting refactored soon. The library we're using sucks. Interesting. Building our own. Lovely. Have as few saved queries as possible. Okay. Good to know. Correct me wrong, but I think he added a boolean prop and wrapped it in a condition block. Item.meta. Or is it item? Or is it service? Or is it item? I think it's service in this case. You don't need any equals and you don't need brackets. Really? You shitting me? We'll have validation for these infields soon. Since conditions are already in brackets, you don't need brackets. Oh, I see. Just write this. Service.metafield if featured. Okay. Okay. RIP. So I feel like what should happen here is, and now I need to go back out there, son of a bitch. I feel like what should happen here is whatever one I did as featured should be there. Service.meta.featured, yeah. My whole point though was like, I'm wondering how many, like realistically, how many queries I would have then, like in a given website, because you'd really only need, if you could do it like that, then you'd really only need, like, I mean, obviously JSON if you want to mess with JSON or whatever, but like you wouldn't, I think you would need to, fuck, you don't even need, I don't even think you need that though. Like you, because couldn't you put a variable here or no? I guess you could, because if you can put a variable here and then you could go down here, wherever that was, I can't remember where that was, but like wherever the loop is, and do the count. I can't remember the syntax because I'm used to clicking. Yeah, not sure. If it already checks it's true, it will do the opposite if you put it in front. Did you, any feature yet? You should have a query. Should only have one query per CPT. I see. Okay. Okay. Did I do that? Let's take a look. I'm almost certain I did, but I may have not. Let's, now I don't know how to get out of here. That probably fucked me. Yep. I am middle clicking and that didn't work, but let me get out of this. Let's go take a look. Let's have a look-see here. I feel like one of them was, but maybe I didn't save. Yeah, so I have featured. Did I spell that right? Featured, yeah. So car wash is featured, test is not. Lovely. Okay. So I'm going to also get out of this because I feel like I might have messed that up when I don't know if it does that thing where like you have to click in edit with Etch or not, but I'll do that way. I can auto update. All right, well, fuck it. Let's try it. We'll come back to this in a second. Let's get out of this. There's my sunflower. All right. Let's see what we got here. If we go to plugins, can we like check for? Can we check? No. If you didn't save it, WP doesn't know that boolean exists. Save the one that isn't featured. I'm almost certain I did. How do I trigger this bitch to update? Come on. Come on. Nope. Yeah, it does need a real big push down a hill. Dumb. What are the big things that I need to look for in this new one here? Let's see if I can just go grab it off the thing. I'll go grab it off the shelf. Hang on. Jeez. Jeez, oh man. Logging in on the other screen. Pause for station identification. What do we got? 3. Bro, I don't even see 3.3 on this thing in the downloads. What are we doing? What are we doing? Open a non-featured post and save it again. You just wait until. Yeah, it's not even on SureCart, the actual thing. JetEng outputs false as a string and not a value. Well, can't I fix that though? Like that's what I was trying to do earlier. Like let me what's the thing though? If I go to I'm almost certain I saved them both. I mean, I'll save them again, but I'm pretty sure. I'm very sure about this. So then if we come into etch again, also where does that take me? Okay, here. So then in this condition, isn't there a way for me to go like this though? Like be like not, well, obviously I know the not thing, but can't I make whatever I want this to be? Or no? Can I go like this? I'm not that stupid, guys. I mean, I'm not a coder like y'all, but fuck me. Come on, man. Damn, this kid's sometimes good. Fuck me. Look at that. It's like he went to school for computer engineering and then switched to CS and then finally graduated with an information science degree and somehow kind of remembers some of the syntax sometimes. It's like, what the fuck? There you go. All right, there you go, boys. Yeah, that's how you do it. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. There's something about being strict. I don't know what the strict is. I think. Oh wait, strict isn't strict like value and type. Yeah, I'm almost certain. Isn't it something like that? I can't remember, but it's something like that. So there you go. So what did we learn there? We learned that Croco-Block, the switcher thing, outputs false and true, which is evident by this right here. We scroll down, we could see that it says in our meta down here, it says false, you know, for one of them and true for the other one. So there's that. And then, yeah, so like, I guess if it was like 1 or 0, then you could do without these. But like if it needs to be something specific, then you just do it like this. So like that is the featured one. And then this would be the false one. Fuck, man. I've been sandbagging you guys all day. Ah, geez, that's crazy. That's crazy. Blooming, dog. Absolutely blooming. Love that. Love that for us. Absolutely love that for us. Okay, well, this is exciting. All right, so so we only need like one query, obviously, for each post type. We can save all those. And then we could just use conditions, I guess, in certain cases. I'm sure I'm going to run into weird shit where that's the case. Shall we try some harder stuff? Because I'm a glutton for punishment. I kind of want to try like a nested. I kind of want to try actually something that I would really use, like in my website that I would recreate with this. I'm trying to think. I kind of want to create like, I was thinking like cards, but I don't want to actually style anything. But like I wanted to see like the mechanism for creating a card that had. Let's just try to do one other thing here. Let's just use some more components real quick, like just component fun stuff. So if we go here and we go, I want to add in like a badge that I will 1000% not be styling. Let me do like text here and just like, I don't know, like, well, I guess that's going to be props, but I kind of wanted to have like the text. So like in that case, okay, yeah, I got it. All right. So in that case, like we want a prop here. And what if we go boolean and we go is featured and we go over here and we say, just over here, we say featured. I'm going to just fucking say like this, featured. Whatever. I know you're not supposed to. I know you're not supposed to type that in like that. We're not going to style anything today. That's not my job. So, but what I want to see here is if we go featured like this and we have that in there, and then, wait a minute, save, exit. Let me just get my bearings straight here. This is going to put them both as featured. I wanted to make a, I guess maybe that wouldn't be a prop then. I wanted to make a condition. Okay, yeah, I think that might not be a prop. That might not be a good example. Because we'd have to click that thing would... if... what was it again? Service.meta.featured equals whatever, true. Okay. Save. I think I need to get rid of that prop though. I'm gonna get rid of the prop. Yeah. For what I think I'm trying to do, I want to get rid of it. But like, okay, so we have a card, and then within, okay, these are in the wrong thing though. Can I wrap just this one fucker in a condition, or is this? Oh, it is. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is like create a card, and then like div loop. Let me get out of this. Let me put a heading. Okay, what the fuck? Let me put a heading. Where did that go? No, I don't want to be in here anymore, sir. Thank you. Let me get out of that. Heading. I want to put this heading right here, just like as an example. And then like featured services or something. Not getting bad concept, but I'm just trying to understand it. So like you have component featured. Okay. So then this is your loop. Now what I want to do with this card is that it's a card with with like how we had it before. I only want to show the featured cards. Well, I guess I don't really have to, but I only want to show the featured cards, and I want to show this featured text. But I only want to show that. It would help if you fucking spelled service right. And put the stupid fucking things in there. I think I have it. Wait, what? I thought for sure that was going to work. Didn't it work for a second? And let's go back to the loop. Let's go back to this loop for a moment. Let's just get rid of... there's a lot of conditioning going on here, and I don't like it anymore. Let's get rid of that condition for a moment. And then go back into our card. And then card condition, I just want to show that text when... It's kind of like a band, like a little badge, right? So, yeah. That's not the kind of confidence you get inside of Melbourne. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, we'll be here for a long time. Thanks for stopping by, KG. Try business open hours or something. We could try that. What version are you using? We're on 3.2 right now. Because Kevin said I could get 3.3, but I can't see shit. Yeah, I'm not seeing 3.3 yet. Boolean? How Louisianian pronunciation. You don't need the threes? All right, let's go to the shop. Nope. Where did that condition? Did I delete that condition? I did. Fuck. And there's no going back here, is there? There's no edit. There's no undoies. Okay. All right. So let's try this again. All right. So if condition, all I'm trying to do here is we have our cards here. Let me get rid of this for a second. Let me get rid of it. Put that down there. So like all I want to do is put this featured into this condition. Get in there. This featured into this condition. And then if the condition, so if service.meta.featured equals true. I'm almost certain that's how I had that last time. Then I want to show that. So it shows like basically like a badge or a, you know, a little ribbon or whatever. And heading overview. Yeah. I can see why that wouldn't work. Unless this is another weird prop issue, which could be the case. And maybe I should try it elsewhere. Let's try save, exit. Let's try the old refresh. Nope. Let's try without the components. Just for funsies. Because sometimes, you know, components, they componentize stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't either. I don't blame you. All right, we're going to go right here. Can I copy that shit out of there, though? That would be awesome if I could copy that. And I don't think I can. Bummer. Doing a lot of clicking. Okay, let's do this. Let's try this again. Boom. Right here. Lovely. We're going to go featured. Love it. Boolean. What did I say? Boolean? Boolean? What a fucking weirdo. All right, one more time. Service dot meta dot featured equals true. Fuck yeah. Okay, don't know what the fuck is going on in component land with some of these things. But yeah, so that's how you do that, I guess. Okay, when in doubt, I'm just not gonna, like, I don't want to say I'm not gonna use components because I'm gonna use components, but I gotta figure out why that happens in component land. There's probably a different place to put that. I guess I need to have a prop. Like, I guess what I need to do is I need to take this. No, because that's a condition now. Boolean. Boolean. Yeah, I don't know. Anywho, it looks like it works when you do it like that. I can't get it to work the other way, though, which is interesting. But that's cool. Is there any other fun stuff? We said, what do we want there? We want business hours, opening hours. I don't even know where to start with that. No idea where to start there. Holy shit, an hour and a half. Wow. We're buzzing. We are absolutely buzzing. I mean, whatever you guys want to see me try to trudge through next, I could do. But those are things that I definitely think I could see myself doing and utilizing. Was there another? I mean, I've done some crazy shit in bricks and jet engine land. I'm sure I could do that here. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to have to do other than styling because I want to KMS when I use CSS. But I'm trying to think if there's anything other weird, cool shit that we could do on this front. Well, we have to try. We have to try without the components this time because that's just kind of convoluting certain things. We have to try something with a relationship. And I don't know how that's going to go. I actually don't think that's going to go well at all. I don't even know if that's going to be possible. Because with jet engine relationships, I don't even know where the hell those are. Let's see. Well, let's make a relationship real quick. All right, so yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. We'll try it. Whatever. Let's try something. Let's try something here. Let's go to post types. Oh, the Content Hub changed on the new update. James, I don't know if you were here for that, but I think the way that works is This is jet engine and switcher, and it outputs true and false. Doesn't output like 1 and 0 or whatever. I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. But dude, where's the new update? How am I not? I'm literally on another screen in my Etch thing, and I see 3.2 and 3.1. What is going on here? I don't have anything. I don't got shit. I don't even have it to download, let alone update. Yeah, what I wanted to see here though was like if we go, you know, crash course on jet engine services. I don't know what can create services. I don't know, locations. I don't fucking know. And you know, like I don't know, something like area, location would be like a town, area would be, or something else would be like a, I don't know, plaza. I don't fucking know, like wherever that's at, or address probably, whatever. I'm just making a field right here real quick, just to, so we have some data. I would love to relate these two items, and I'm gonna try to do it in jet engine, and I don't know if it's gonna work because I think jet engine does like weird stuff with the relations, but we'll learn together. Because I really do like the way that it works. It's just I don't know if it's gonna work. You know what I mean? So let's say services to locations. This is if for just any of you guys that don't mess with jet engine, this is how you create relationships over here. God damn it. And this would be services, and this would be locations, and one to many, many to many probably. And you could change all this other stuff, but we don't need to. And now we go that we have a relation. Now, the question is, if I query anything, is it going to show me any level of information? Or am I going to have to use ACF if I wanted to do a relationship? Because relationships are important, you know, in life and in web design. Relationships are important. Let's see. Do we have anything whatsoever here that I could pull from? Overview, index, ID, featured image, roles. Oh, Jesus. There's got to be at least something in here that says, you would think it's a relationship though, right? That we could somehow, I just don't know the structure. You know what I mean? I don't know the structure. Services. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I have no idea if this is gonna work. The ACF way might work though. I could see it possibly working for us. We're getting a refresh. What are we trying? What are we doing? I have 303. Okay, let me. Do I need to do a hard refresh? Do I need to like unplug my hologram here or something? Hang on a sec. Here you go. I got nothing. I'm not part of the early adopters apparently. Even though I'm on the board, you know, it's tough. D123 gets it. He knows. Let's go try real quick over here. Where are we at here? Updates. Cool. Check again. Nope. Rough. And I'll even go here, and I got these. I don't know if these auto updates work like this, but I got them, and niente. You guys are lucky. Maybe it takes some time. Appreciate you, Curtis. Thanks, bro. Yeah. Control F. Did you actually add relationships? Well, I added. Oh, damn it, Nick. Fuck. You're right. Nick, you're right. Nick's got my back. I don't actually have any locations. Fuck. See, it's always a two-step process that I don't remember. Just getting excited, you know? Cardinal rule. Don't get excited. All right. Pittsburgh. Ooh. Can't see around my thing here. And we'll say like 123 Main Street. Nice. And say save, publish. Let's connect a service. Let's do like a car wash. You can get a car wash in Pittsburgh, I assume. Yep. All right. And all right, yeah. So good call, Nick. Hopefully we can see some shit now. Or not. I don't know. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get, well, actually I need that one. Where's this? There we go. So somewhere in here, if this was related, I don't know what I'd be searching for. Would I be searching for Pittsburgh? I don't think that's the way the structure works. I thought it was like there's another table or something that does that. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. Role relationship. Not sure. What do we got? Oh, James is sending me illegal files. All right, I'll grab it. Thank you. Yeah, gotcha. Thank you, Nick. Make sure you don't show your license. Yeah, good call. Just waiting to screenshot. All right. Let me go see. Let me here. Let me refresh it one more time. Yeah, something's got to get fixed there. Something's got to get fixed in the sure card area. Let's see here. Where am I going? I'm on another screen. Have fun looking at that code. Somebody search that for me. See if you can find relations in Jet Engine. I mean, again, we could try the other stuff, but I'm downloading this virus that James just sent me. Hang on one second. Let me go to plugins and oh shit, where am I going here? Okay. There we go. Oh, look at this. Yep. And my whole computer dies. No, I'm just kidding. You have malware. Thank you. Thank you, James, for the malware. All right. Anybody know what happened there? What do we got? Anything new for us? Content Hub. Did I hear Content Hub changed? What changed? Holy shit. Okay, now we're talking. All right, so hierarchical, public, has archive, actions. Still need that has single in there. That relatable thing that he was talking about was kind of cool. Can't see a slug here for some reason. But that is a cool update to that. I mean, obviously they kind of work the same way. It's just there's no way to relate them right now. Well, you know what, actually, I don't want to make this about Jet Engine, but until we have all the features, right? Like, you actually might be able to look at that, huh? So if you're not familiar with Jet Engine, you go into Jet Engine and you can create your own custom post types, right? Like you would in ACF. But then you come over here and there's a switch that's built in, and these are all the ones that are built in. And you come down, and this is the one that we would have created in Etch. So you could actually create Jet Engine meta fields. I know you can do the field groups. Like, I know you can come over here and do these field groups. I'm not telling you to do this, right? This post, what is this, by the way? This is in post types, is not in post types. One more time. Is in post types. Oh, I see. Okay, we're just picking which ones, like is or is not. Okay. But yeah, this is just a random Jet Engine thing that you could add fields to these. The way I was thinking about this though was just for funsies. what if we created products and then like team members or some shit? Or what if we created like stores? Okay, stores, yeah. And then what if we went into relations and then we went to I'll be a monkey's uncle, products to stores. I know this isn't the proposed workflow, don't sue me. Products to stores and fucking can't spell and added that. So now we have a relation through Jet Engine that is effectively to, I don't know if this fucking works, but we have a relation through Jet Engine that is effectively to custom post types that were created with Etch. Kind of weird. Kind of weird, but kind of cool. And I still don't know if we can do anything with it. So I have no idea. Where are we at here? You can use text area boolean and number now in Content Hub. Good shit. Interesting. Okay. Let's go back to that. I haven't even made a field group yet. Let's do, I don't know, store fields. I don't know. And store, is this autocomplete or what happens here? How does that work? Do I have to just, I don't know how to, what's going on there? Did I do that right? Probably didn't. Oh, okay, cool. Text number, text area, boolean. Got it. Don't tell Kevin. I know. Don't tell Kevin. What did you miss, Brendan? A lot of floundering, a little bit of success, a little bit of syntax success, as they say. Yeah, James fucking got my shit, and yeah, illegal activity, a lot of illegal stuff. I'd really, I mean, you know, again, like one of my things, maybe I could just kind of just do an example. Like I'm trying to think where like a really good example is tools, events. I know I did this somewhere. I mean, like, there's all these things here. This is just pretty much a regular grid. Excited for facets too. But I'm trying, like, there's a, you know, just like, again, like even a simple thing, like just a nested. I think I need to try a nested loop because I do that a lot, and then we need to be done. So like something where it's like more, it's different than this. It's you know, you would have basically a taxonomy, and correct me if I'm wrong, we cannot create taxonomies in here yet, right? So could be wrong, could very well be wrong, but I'm not seeing it. Could we do it all in here? Trying to think. Basically, here's what I want to do. I want to like just try. I would love to try a nested query, which I'm sure you can do. Let's see. We could try to do it all in Etch. It would be. I just don't know if you could do it with a taxonomy. You might have to create the taxonomy somewhere else because I don't see it. But it would be cool if you could just have like, again, the stereotypical, you know, here's my tools page or whatever, and then you have, you know, 4 categories, and you query loop the categories, and then within the categories you're query looping, you do a tax query for that, and then you're doing a post query within each one of those containers or whatever, which I've done before, not overly complex, but you do need a taxonomy. So somebody tell me, we can't do taxonomies in here yet, right? I'm not seeing it. I don't think so. So let's try it though. Let's try, let's say like tools. I'll give Etch a run for its money here. Let's see. I don't think we need hierarchical. Well, If we did hierarchical, then we could do like a top level of like those categories. Not the best way to do it, but like we could do a top level of like, you know, business, web design, personal, I don't know, some shit. And then you could do sub things. I'm not really sure. You don't really want to do it that way, but yeah. Haven't gotten to work with a CPT yet. This works for me on a standard post. Oh, but on a CPT. I don't know about taxonomies. I've only had a few hours with Etch. Okay. Guys, let's just fucking learn. You know what I mean? Let's just see what happens, man. Let's just see what happens. All right. Let's go over here. A lot of random shit down here. Let's go to the bottom. Can't click that for some reason. Let's duplicate this. Let's bring it down to the bottom. Drag and drag and drag. And this is not. Get out there. That's not the right spot. Get out there. All the way out there. Thank you. Okay. So, this would be, can I just do it right here? This would be just like tools or something. And then you probably want to do this on the archive, obviously. Should we do an archive real quick? Not necessary. Fuck it though, I'm doing it. All right. Templates. And so we go tools archive, edit. Oh, our ugly ass. Our ugly ass thing again. Do you really want a slot here? Like on an archive? Like, don't you create the archive yourself? Should I just put my shit in here? This is a good question. If I was going to style my own thing, or not style, but if I was going to design my own thing, I would want this to be, you know, wouldn't you want this to be like a, like something that you would just put together here? So like, and also I don't really understand why there's a main, like I understand why there's a main, I guess like the main content, but I don't really think I want a slot. I know why you want a slot in certain cases, but I don't think you want a slot in a tools archive when you're going to create the tools archive the way that you want to create it. That's a question that I don't know the answer to. And did I put a container in here? Oh. But I don't know if you can put a section in there. Can you do that? That's probably not proper. That's probably not what you want to do. Hell, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out because if I was building a tools archive in bricks, like I would just be building the archive right in there most of the time. So, yeah. So main container, section container, whatever. All right, whatever. So then, let's just do like a heading. Is there a way to add this shit in here quickly? Technically like an H1 or whatever, and this would be like tools. And then you would go, okay, then we would go like, I guess a flex div, whatever. Maybe. I mean, realistically, you'd probably have like another container, perhaps, if this was like a full thing. Could just wrap that in a container. No. All right. Can't do that yet. All right. So then tools, and this is a container. This is like flex div. Okay. I would want to like grid this and shit, but we're not doing that right now. So then this flex div is technically now our card. So it's our tool card. Oops. Actually, it's not our tool card. It's not our tool card. It's our tax card. Essentially. And I don't really know. I don't know the structure entirely because I'm not thinking of how I would design the thing or like how I'd lay it out. But like ultimately I want a tax card. And then within there, I'd want a heading. And this would be the tax name. And then I'd want or category name. Fuck, technically category name, but whatever. And then I would want a then I would want another flex div in here. It's getting wild. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that's where I want it. Yeah. And then so that's that. And then I want a flex div, and this is my tool card. And then underneath the tool card, I would have maybe just like a heading, and it really doesn't matter at all whatsoever. So yeah, cool. All right, so this is an H, probably realistically would be an H3. No, H2, yeah. And then this would probably be an H3. Maybe. I don't even know if it would be an H3. But we're making an H3 for now because I don't care. We're not doing components on this one. This would be, let's see if it works. This would be category. I'm gonna go category. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough. I don't know if that's gonna be right. Category title. We're gonna go down here, and this is gonna be tool dot title, and then I could do like a picture or something, but I'm not gonna do that. So what we want to query, or what we want to loop, is this loop right here. Wrap in a loop. Okay. Then we also, let's do that first. Whatever. And then, so what is our loop? Our loop is, I'm gonna go add a loop, and I'm gonna say new query. And can I do that? And I'm gonna change this to all tool categories. Okay, what the fuck? All tool categories. Lovely. Taxonomy. Fuck yeah. Okay, save. For the purposes of this, I am just gonna not even create a taxonomy. I'm just gonna use the regular categories because it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna say business, personal, and I don't know, digital. That's stupid. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. So those three categories. Okay, so those are categories. And refresh, perhaps. All right. Now let's go down here. Where the fuck were we? Over here. Loop manager. Lovely. All tool categories. Category, ascending name. Uncategorized. What the fuck did I do wrong? What did we do wrong? Is it because there's nothing in them? Seriously? I don't like that there's nothing in them. I don't like that it doesn't get them when there's nothing in them. It's probably because there's nothing in them. All right, whatever. What I need to do here is, oh shit, wait a second. No, I could do it through Jet Engine. Yeah, see, I'm sorry guys. There's just, I would love to do this, but like, I'm going to do it, but I'm just saying, like, until you have taxonomies being able to be created through Etch, and then you can assign them to, you know, whatever. I don't think we can do that, right? I have to go into Jet Engine. I'm trying to make this work as much with just Etch as possible, but I don't think I can, because I have to go into taxonomies. I have to go to built-in. I have to go to categories, and then I have to add them to the tools, to like attach them to tools. So this is not a pure Etch. I'm trying to make it pure Etch. Can't do it, but I'm going to try to do it anyway. I'm going to go as far as I can anyway. So then we have tools. And then let's say we have, I don't know, fucking Sony camera. What the fuck? Can I just quickly add some? And then say PC and I don't know, pen, and stop it. And let's just do like a couple more. Pencil. This is ridiculous. And lawnmower. You're not. I'm just adding tools. Just adding random tools. Give me a second. Grab a glass of water. Do something. And then mouse. And one more. And Notion. There you go. Okay, great. Cool. Okay, so we have a bunch of little tools there now. So if we go down to tools, then we go, let's say lawnmower, pencil, and pen, whatever, are, we'll say those are personal. We'll say a mouse, PC, and Sony camera are business, and we'll say that Notion is digital. Terrible, whatever, don't at me. It's fine. All right. Now, back here. Loop manager. Fuck no. Fuck yeah. Okay, cool. So I really don't like that it doesn't. It might just be, obviously it's just a WordPress thing, but it's like it just keeps doing the thing where like it doesn't return anything unless there's a count to them. I get it. It's just I wish I could like. Maybe there's a way for me to do it, but I'd like the default, if there is, to be like, even if the count is 0, show me. And I feel like I probably could. Couldn't I go like this? I'm totally experimenting, going a little off track here, but couldn't you go like this? No, that's probably not right. Count. I don't know how to do this, so actually I'd probably need this here. I'd have to look up the syntax or if you could do that way, but it doesn't matter. But my point is like, that was kind of annoying. But anyway, neither here nor there. Okay, so now we have a tax query, which is great. So if we come back over and our taxes we had to create the tax. We didn't have to create the tax because we had the actual categories that we're using, but we did have to attach the tax via Jet Engine, which not ideal if you want to do everything in Etch, but it is what it is. So now, how the fuck are we going to get this loop to work? So we have a loop. We need to change this to all tools. We need to change this to, this actually might work, category. Oh wait, no, that's not right. Oops, my bad, wrong part. Category, so category, cool, save. So that should work, but I'm wondering if like, is it archive title or some shit? It might actually be, hang on. We can figure this out because we just go here. It's called name. It's called name. It's called name. Why? It's called name. All right. So anyway, tax card. Where the hell are we? Nope, right here. Let's fucking go. All right. Forget about the uncategorized because that's just in there that's from the posts. And that's actually not going to work. So can I, if you didn't want uncategorized in there, I mean, I could just delete them. But then, the question is like, could you, there's definitely a way, obviously like a meta way to like say like accept, but why don't we just do it like this? Why don't we just do another random ass condition in here and we say category dot name is equal uncategorized. Fucking sick. Look at that. There you go. All right. So I don't know if that's the right way to do that. I'm sure it's not. But again, it sounds like the proposed workflows use a lot more conditions in the structure than to use crazy meta queries. So if I was in a different builder, I probably would have just done a query and I would have excluded uncategorized. Like just if you wanted to do that, for instance, right? Like just if you want to not use one of them. But what I did there was I just wrapped the tax card in the condition and I said, all right, category name. Basically, it's like, show me all the tax cards, but don't show me the tax card if its category name is uncategorized. So why is it name? I hate that. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. All right. So let's keep going here and then we'll go back to the chat. All right. So we have all that, right? Tax card, tax name. And then so now we have our tool card, which again, these aren't really cards. I'm not styling shit. But we have a heading. So in this, we would want this to be, we don't have what we need here. We need to do another loop. So our loop here, and this is going to be, we have all services, but technically this is like the annoying part because like I have to go and I'm going to go create another one. I wish I could duplicate, but it's not really that big of a deal. Let me do here, tools, oops, tools. There we go. All tools. Oh shit, it did it there now that time. Cool. All right, so save, back out, boom, switch to all tools, bang. Where are we at here? Okay, ton of tools. Great. Tool title. I need to change this fucking thing down here. I wish this is gonna piss me off. I wish there's a way to like better kind of like manage that a little bit, but that's fine. I know it looks like shit. It's hard to read. Okay, but anyway, this is what we're close. So now the only thing is we need like, if like we need to be in this loop and it's like only show them. I don't know if this is gonna be a condition or if this is gonna be a tax query. This is the part where I would just be like in Jet Engine, I would say like, I would click a button. I would click specifically this button right here. I'll show you real quick. And this is why like I love a UI, but I mean, I guess I get it. You don't need a UI. This is the button I would click right here. Post in, and I would say, well, this would be if there was, this is actually related items. That's if there's a, what's it called? If there's a relationship, which is super handy. But what am I looking for here? You guys are going to tell me, I guarantee you. Let me see. Whoa, what the fuck is going on here? My chat is going funky. Okay. Where are we at? Don't, taxonomy, if you are, I haven't gotten to work with CPT. Out of every image on the web, he chooses sunflower. Yeah, that, I think honestly I got that from like Page Building 101 or something. I just picked the same thing. Test the code above with CPT and it worked. How is it letting you use category as the slug? I tried that in ACF and it didn't let me because it's a reserved WordPress term. No idea, dog. No idea. I believe having the query handle the if is more performant than a condition in this use case. Use exclude uncategorized ID. Interesting. Okay. That's gonna fuck me up then because I don't know how like I don't know when to do that. Like I don't know in what case that's gonna be more performant, less performant. Like yesterday and earlier today, like when I was doing it, like what's the difference between that and then the other thing? Is it because this is like more? Like when he did the condition on the featured or whatever, you know. So, but how do I do this then? Is this is either going to be a query? So basically we want to query. What is the way that I even do this I feel like I haven't done it in a while. But it's just like it's a magic almost like meta thing that you click to make this happen, which is funny, but you know. Also, oh shit, wait a second. I'm kind of an asshole. Sorry, I didn't create the I just realized I didn't create these in Etch, so that's my bad. It would have been way faster if I would just. Whoops. Let me again though. It's cool that everything is everywhere. Whoops on that one. Sorry about that. All right, but let's figure this out. What the fuck was I gonna do? Oh, it's actually current terms is what it is. I think. Yes. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that in a query. Just so I can, well, I don't know if I could show you guys. I can't utilize this query. So, but basically, like, it's like, is the post in current terms, which I could probably just use the internet to do. How do you do that? Let's take a peek. Should we ask ChatGPT? Should I literally ask it? Yeah, let's, what the fuck? Why not, right? Let's see if I can do this here. You guys will hear it. Because I'm just gonna do the sound. This is fun, huh? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna take a screenshot real quick of what I have here. And then I'm gonna upload it, and then I'm gonna go voice chat. So you guys are gonna hear some shit. Hopefully it's not really loud. Wait, I actually just took a picture. Is it actually just telling me what to do? Hang on. I know you can't see it. Let me see here. Let me wait till this finishes. Oh, wait. Term get queried object. Okay, I don't want to do all this. That's a lot of PHP that I don't want to do, but I'll throw it in there, but I don't want to do it. Let me just, I'll copy it, whatever the fuck. Let's just try this. I don't think this is going to work. Did it break? Yeah, it broke. Wait, can you not? Oh, you can't delete that? I don't know if you can actually do what this thing is telling me to do, and I know you can't see it. So let me see if I could just paste this part in. Yeah, no, you can't do that. So is this something that you either shouldn't do or can't do? It's like doing like term get queried object shit. I have no idea, dude. Let me see. Where's my chat window? Where are you, chat? Why am I not logged in? Oh, I'm in the app. Fuck. I don't know. I'll just do it like this, but I'll just show you this. Just so you can kind of see if you care. This is what it was telling me to do. So I don't have the patience to deal with this, but I don't actually know if this is right, but I mean the concept is we need to just see like we need to like just look basically in our query. You would think that we need to just look for we need to look for the tools. Like we're querying tools, but we're also querying the current terms, like the current term, and then we only want to show those. So I just have no idea how to write that. But yeah, somebody has an idea, I'll do it. If not, we stop here until I figure out how to do that because we've done a lot here. But I mean, it's close. Obviously, you can do it. I just don't know how to do it because it would probably be either a tax. Is it? Well, it's got to be just a tax query though, right? How do you say current? How do you do like we're going back to chat. Hang on a second. I'm gonna talk to it. So it's a nested loop, and then like can I just it's a nested loop. So there's tools that are looping through, or I'm sorry, there's a category looping through, like different categories of tools, and then within each one of those cards there is a tool card loop that I need to basically the query for the tool card needs to be just like all tools, but only the tools that are in the current term. And yeah, so like what's the thing there?
Got it. So basically for the inner loop that displays the tools, you want to filter the tools by the current category or term that you're looping through. To achieve that, you'll need to make sure that the inner query picks up the current term and filters the tools accordingly. If you're using something like Oxygen or
Mm.
Bricks, you typically do something like this. Outer
I don't
loop,
think you can hear
this
this,
will,
can you?
no worries. I'll just continue explaining the rest of the steps. For the inner loop, you just want to make sure that the tax query in the query arguments
Tax query?
references the current term.
How do I do that?
So if you're looping through categories, you grab the current category object and then use its slug or ID in the tax query. That way, each category heading will show only the tools that belong to it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think I need to do something like that where I need to grab this. I mean, obviously this is a simple problem that I just don't know the answer to, so it is what it is. I think I need to do something like this with this part, but there's probably a simple way to do it and I just can't do it. I just feel like when I don't know, but I don't think I can write that in there. Like I tried to put this part in there and I don't think I can do that yet, right? So don't know. We're really close though, and I'm super excited about this because when I can like maneuver these however I want and I know a little bit more about this, it'll be exciting. Because like if you just went like this, just for funsies, taxonomy, your taxonomy name, term, slug. Yeah, I feel like if I just put this in here, can you not actually, you can't actually do this? You can't actually do anything outside of this. Is that what we're saying? Is that the rub right now? Yeah. Tough. Oh, you could hear that, ChatGPT? Or I don't know if you hear me. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna pack it in. This has been a good solid 2.5 hours. Appreciate all you guys being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm probably, I'm gonna be delegating a lot more, but this is definitely extremely promising. And I need to know at least the basics. And this is my favorite part of this all. As you can tell, I don't like making stuff look pretty, but I like playing around with these types of things. So we're gonna go build some cool dynamic websites. But yeah, cool. All right. Appreciate all y'all. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Peace.